In 1973, a democratic movement began, lasting for 3 years. There were large demonstrations that took place by the Democratic Monument and several other academic institutions. During the revolutions in 1976, the people were demanding democracy. Unfortunately, the military coup was in control of the country and accused people of being disloyal to their nation. On October 6, 1976, a large protest took place in Thammasat University. Many groups of police squads surrounded Thammasat students, believing that the students were communists and willing to overthrow their own king. At the time, the government and soldiers thought that it would be best to sacrifice the lives of a few people in order to save the country and prevent any type of change. As a result, 41 students were killed at Thammasat, as well as other people with different occupations who demanded democracy.
I analyze about Thai society. The old power group, they want to come back. They don't want to change, And whenever there's any sign to change, they would pay at any cost just to bring the society back. Both incidents, 1973 and 1976, I was not in Thailand. I was in the States. But I saw, more evidences on TV report compared with Thailand, because in Thailand it was banned. But in the US, CBS, BBC, ABC, and so on, they televise, the incident. Many true documents, true evidences were not allowed to be shown to the public.
There was a big massacre in Thammasat that people travel in the elevator, and then the soldiers, they started to kill all the passengers that were inside the elevator.
The group of students inside the elevator, they got shot, and it was so bloody. The blood was all over the door, and they tried to paint it all over in red, but there's still some blood stains, and no one can tell why the blood stains still there.
It's the place where the massacre students were all killed, and ever since that day it became it's a haunting place from that on.
As Thailand has a long history of the revolutions against the government, and many college students from our university, they were killed and they were dead. So some of my friends, they saw the ghosts when they came here at the first time.
Thammasat is haunted for sure, especially the third floor in BE. Yeah, it's pretty weird. I've seen some flowers dead and things like that. People screaming in the bathrooms. So I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Thammasat, the Thailand campus definitely has a long history, and the history was very, violent. And so even when I was a student in middle school, my professor, who actually graduated from here, always told us, the ghost stories about Thammasat. So that's always in the back of my mind.
Thammasat is definitely haunted, as well as Amarin.
I can't really decide whether I'm indifferent or fearful of them, or I'm scared of them. I can't really decide. It depends on the context, I think.
Ghost, spirits, and deities is subjective and is interconnected with the psychology of the people. If the person believes in ghosts, then there's more tendency for the person to see ghosts. But if you don't believe in ghosts, then you very, very seldom to encounter that kind of thing.
We have several stories about ghosts in Thammasat anyway, right? We have the ghost in the elevator at the fine art school.
Because we have a lot of stories that older people always tell us that, if you go outside, go to haunt you or something.
I think most Thai people, they are, I cannot say most, okay, because I'm not quite sure it's most or not, but I can say that a lot of Thai people, they believe and they are afraid of ghosts.
เวลาคนที่เขารู้สึกว่าเขารู้สึกกลัวอะไรสักอย่างคือมันกลัวในสิ่งที่มันไม่เห็นเวลาที่เราไม่เห็นอะไรแล้วเรารู้สึกว่ามันมีเราจะรู้สึกว่าเหมือนสิ่งนั้นจะมาทำอันตรายเราก็เลยรู้สึกกลัวไปเอง พอกลัวไปเองเราก็หาวิธีที่จะแบบป้องกันตัวเองจากตรงนั้น
First, I think Thai people do believe in ghosts because we have been taught since we were young.
Most Thai people are Buddhist, and the Buddhism teachings that teach that there are such things such as spirits and like life after death and like all this kind of stuff. So I guess that's one of the reasons why they believe in ghosts in the first place.
Religious belief of people related to the geography. In the ancient time, Thailand was full of forest, trees, river, and so on.
They believe in the power of the trees. They believe in the power of something they don't understand. They believe in magic water. They believe in everything, right? So Thai people, maybe I have to say that they have the tendency to believe in this kind of the supernatural power.
เพราะว่ามันคือคนไทยสมัยก่อนก่อนที่จะมีศาสนาเข้ามาคือคนในเอเชียก็รู้อยู่แล้วใช่ไหมว่าเขาเชื่อเรื่องผีสางมาก่อนที่ศาสนาเข้ามาเพราะฉะนั้นโดยพื้นฐานแล้วคนไทยก็จะเชื่อเรื่องผีควบคู่กับการนับถือศาสนาพุทธไปด้วย
Thai people believe a lot in like what do you call it? Yeah, supernatural stuff. So yeah, and they're also really religious. And in Buddhism, there's a lot of things that deal with ghosts and afterlife. So yeah, it's part of it.